Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy The Four Fills and I'm back again with another YouTube video. Alright, before we even get started with this, I'd appreciate if you guys gave me a like on the video. You know, it helps me get my videos on the algorithm and just helps the channel overall. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed if you're new and if this is not your first time seeing my YouTube content. Now, Tekken 8 is what we're here to talk about. As we don't know, the heat system in Tekken 8 has been on a lot of people's mind. It's been like one of the main topics everyone's had. It's super strong. So for this video, I wanted to give you guys my top 10 heat smashes in Tekken 8. So let's get into the video. Okay, so at number 10, I have Jack 8. Now, Jack is in this list for one reason and one reason only, and I'll show you guys right now. So Jack 8's heat smash in this game is 10 frame startup. You see that on the bottom left where it says attack startup frame? It is 10 frame startup, making it, I believe, the fastest heat smash in the game. So all of those situations where you press the button at the same time, scramble situations, this will pretty much win every time, unless he was negative on block or in that situation. So that alone, it being super fast and just beating out everything in those situations, I think it deserves its place in the top 10. But only at number 10. There's a lot of heat smashes I believe are better than this. Another reason why this is also at number 10 is because, and not anywhere lower, is because on block, it doesn't do much on block. If your opponent blocks this, yes, you're -9 and full screen, so you're not really getting any more pressure after it's being blocked. So it pretty much stays there. That's just the fastest heat smash. At number 9, I've got Alisa. Now, the reason Alisa's on this list is because, one, the range on her heat smash is very good. Look how far I am. See that? Just about didn't hit. Hear about this range. There we go. And now a lot of heat smash in this game have good range. However, the reason hers is number 9 is because the initial hit, right? The initial animation she goes into, it's not very telling, and you can't really tell that that's what she's gone for, because the thing is, in this game, a lot of heat smashes are sidesteppable, so you can sidestep heat smashes to make them whiff. Now, a lot of heat smashes have two different animations to them. There's the initial animation, and then they go into multiple hits. For example, if I do this, see that? The original, she dives into you, and then she does an upward swing. Now, the thing is, you're not going to see the upward swing animation before she's actually hit you. So you're not going to be able to differentiate the two as it's happening. You're not going to really sidestep this on reaction. As soon as you see this, it's too late. It's just gonna happen. And it has a lot of good range, so you can use this pretty, I guess, carelessly is the word I'm trying to look for. You don't have to worry too much. Unless the person preemptively sidestep, then this is pretty much a free way into plus frame. She's +8 there, so then you're still at an advantage. You've got the mix up there. But yeah, I've got Alisa at number 9. Very strong. Okay, at number 8, I have Raven. Raven's heat smash. It's got good range, pretty similar to Alisa, around this range right here. Right? However, if you look at the chip damage, this does great chip damage on block. And also puts Raven into his stance. I believe it's called his Soul Zone stance. So it immediately puts him to stance, which gives him low follow-ups or even mid follow-ups. So not only do you have to block this, then he's got a follow-up from a range. It's not a follow-up that gets him in. It's a follow-up that's from a distance, and you're still guessing at this range. Another thing that's good with this this heat smash is the fact that when he uses it, he goes into stance, but he doesn't have to commit to anything. He can actually stay there at a safe range if he doesn't want to do anything. So that's a good note to take. A lot of heat smashes bring the opponent in and they're forced to do something because they're now up close to the opponent. Whereas with Raven, he can actually choose to not do anything and stay at the distance as well, if that's what they prefer to do. So I have Raven as number 8 on the list. Okay, so at number 7, we have a character that a lot of people have been complaining about recently. We have Dragonov. Now, why is Dragonov at number 8? 2 reasons. The first being, it's got a decent range. Not the greatest range compared to the other 2 I just showed, but Dragonov is a character that's very in your face all the time. So him having a heat smash with decent range is already very good. 2, it does good chip damage, as do a lot of other heat smashes. However, what sets Dragonov heat smash apart from a lot of characters is the amount of screen carry that it does. So if you actually look at this, where Kazuya is, look at where Kazuya ends up. That is pretty much almost to the wall. If I was to just do this right here, just a dash and a half, now I do it on block, that is pretty much to the wall already. So Dragonov being a character who's super aggressive, having a heat smash that does that on block, brings you close to the wall, where you can get even more damage at the wall, is very scary. So I think this deserves a spot as one of the best heat smashes in the game, and I've got it as my number 7. At number 6, I have Lars. Now, Lars is another stance-heavy character. He can be super aggressive and has good mix-ups. The reason why I have him at number 6 is 1, the range on his heat smash is very good. It's really fast. Also puts him airborne. This is another thing. When you're airborne in this game, if you get punished as you're airborne, a lot of the time the punish will be scaled. Meaning that if he's interrupted in between this, the damage that you will deal will be significantly less than if it was a grounded punish or grounded launch. So that's one thing that makes it a little bit over the top and not really risky to throw out. Yeah, just demonstrating the range is completely insane. And if you guys realize, at the end of the heat smash, he's automatically put into his stance. Now, this is pretty much Lars's most preferred, is Lars's player's favorite situation to be in. You know, you're plus unblocked into stance, which you can go into your low mix-up, high mix-up, launchers, mid, whatever you want to do. This is pretty much a Lars player's dream come true. Like, being able to be in stance, plus unblock, you get whatever mix you want, and it's just, yeah, it just puts you in the best possible situation as a Lars player. And I think that this heat smash is very oppressive when you pair it up with Lars's toolkit, which he already has. At number 5, we've got Lily. Now, Lily's heat smash, similar to a lot of others, but her one is a little bit extreme. Extreme range on her heat smash. I made sure to stand even further out than the other characters, and it still reaches. Right, this is another one which sidestepping may be a little bit difficult on reaction, simply because the initial hit reaches very far before she actually goes into the spinning attacks. She actually goes into the spinning attacks. The initial hit reaches way too far for you to change your mind or react after you've seen this. So that alone makes it an extremely good heat attack, heat smash. It goes extremely far. Not only that, but after you've blocked it, you're put into your back stance, which you can then go into. Similar to Lars, right? You can go into your stance. However, she has a launch low, right? Which, if not blocked, can then launch into a combo. And then she can also stay mid to mix you up. So it's very, very scary. And I believe that that situation is scarier than the situation Lars puts you in compared to Lily. So that's why I have Lily at number 5. Something I quickly forgot to mention about Lily, she also has 2 heat smashes. So not only does she have great heat smash with the range and everything we talked about, she has a second heat smash which she has from her back stance. So once she's in her back stance, if she's already activated heat, back stance into heat smash, and she has a second one. Now it is unsafe on block, -8. However, it's safe on block. Sorry, it's safe, but it is negative, so it's not your turn anymore. However, you remain safe. Now the issue with this is that it's a low heat smash, so you have to block low. Not only does she have her regular heat smash, she then has a second one which you have to block low, so that makes the actual block rate significantly harder. So that's another reason why she is so well, she's pretty low on this list. Very, very good heat smashes. At number 4, we have King. I don't know if you guys expected this King to be on the list or not, but he is on my list. The number 1 thing with King is, first of all, I have to make my opponent or the dummy not block. From what I've seen, King has the highest damage in heat smash in the game on hits. That is number 1, 64 damage and breaks floors. So if this was to be a stage where there was floor breaks, this would break the floor as well into another combo, which would do even more damage. So that is number 1, extreme damage, extreme damage. Number 2, on block, I set the dummy to block everything. There we go. On block, he goes into this run. Now, as everyone pretty much knows, King is literally the best grappler in the game. His grapplers are deadly, he does mad damage with the grabs, but he can also mix it up with like hop kicks, mix it up with highs, mids. So even though you can look out for grabs and you can duck or even tech them, you still have to look out for his buttons at the same time. So when you are hit with something like this and you're blocking, you have to look out for a grab, which again can break the ground if this was on a better stage, or you also have to look out for him potentially pressing a button, which can then knock you down into Oki, or you can go for hop kick into more damage. So this situation is just extremely good for King in general. You can get wall splat if you're close to the wall, and there really sometimes just isn't a smart decision to make there. You kind of have to guess and just hope for the best. At number 3, we have Raina. Now, once again, Raina's heat smash has extremely good range. And as you can see, the initial hit has a lot more range than people would think. Right? Does pretty good chip damage and your plus on block here. Raina's a very aggressive character in general. So her being able to start her aggression from this far out is insane. Another reason why she's so low on this list is because not only does she have that, she has a second heat smash also similar to Lily. Out of her stance, she's able to do a heat smash, which is also a low. So you have to block this low. Now, if you know anything about Raina, you know that in this stance, if she goes for a grab, this is an unblockable grab, which you cannot actually tech at all. You know, I don't want to get into her tools because this video is about heat smashes, but this plays into the reason why that heat smash is so very good. It's a low, so as you're looking out for everything else, you have to worry about that. And already the range on her first heat smash without the stance is basically almost full screen. It is insane. It is insane for a character like Raina to have that. So I've got Raina at my 3rd. Okay, at my number 2, I have Jun. Now, I think a lot of people expected Jun to be pretty high on the list. Number 2 though, I don't know. The reason I have her at number 2 is number 1, insane range. Obviously, insane range on her heat smash. Her heat smash, however, I will say, is not plus on block. She is -6, so she is safe. But however, the interaction sort of ends after that. It's back to neutral, right? And you set yourself apart from you distance yourself from the opponent. Now, she is another character with 2 heat smashes. You guys are starting to see a pattern here. She goes into a stance and presses heat smash. It is -14, but it's also a low. So you have to have really good defense to be able to see that. You have to guess low. And if you don't guess low and they don't do, if you guess low and they don't do the heat smash, then you're gonna get hit mid or high or get launched. So again, it's a 50-50 situation you have to deal with. And she just has a lot more options with a heat smash compared to other characters. Now, there is one thing that sets her heat smash apart from a character like Lily or a character like Raina, because both of those characters have 2 different heat smashes too. But what sets Jun apart? Number 1, Jun's heat smash without the stance has 2 parts to it. It has the original projectile, and then the second part is another projectile behind that projectile, which travels full screen pretty much. So I'm gonna stand as far as I can. You see that? There was the original light projectile, and then there was the second projectile which traveled full screen. Now, that first and original projectile, the initial one, it can be sidestepped. So you can sidestep and then punish it, not from full screen, from a close range, which is already difficult. But however, that second projectile cannot be stepped. So you're pretty much forced to block that second projectile. It cannot be stepped. The hitbox is way too big. And then the nail in the coffin is that Jun heals health after she has done this. So I'm going to do her heat smash and look at the top left, Jun's health bar. You see that green? She heals her health back there. Insane. Insane. She just gets health back. Not even having to hit your opponent, just on block. On block. She just gets health back. She pretty much gets her health back for free. For free. She does not really have to work for that. So that for me is good enough to put Jun this high, this low on the list, and I have her at number 2. Okay, we've made it to the final character on this list, and at number 1, I have Devil Jin. I've been talking about this character's heat for ever since the game dropped. Now, I believe Devil Jin to have the best heat smash in the game. For one main reason. One main reason. Because the other reasons a lot of other characters have. For example, heat smash, plus unblock, and you're in a 50-50 situation. That is pretty standard, right? However, Devil Jin has one thing that no other character really quite has all the way. His range. Now, I know I've talked about the range on pretty much everybody's heat smash. However, his range and the speed of the heat smash is overboard. If I heat smash from here, that's about the furthest I've stood with every character so far. And use plus unblock there. And you cannot actually even react to this, which means any button you threw out at that particular time, or any forward movement, maybe you walked forward, maybe you dashed, maybe you had to walk and block, no, you will simply lose. What this means is, as soon as Devil Jin has activated heat and he's in his heat mode, he pretty much stops the whole game there, and any movement you choose to do is at your own risk. Any movement. And another thing, there's no really sidestep in this. There's no sidestep in this. There's no sidestep in this on reaction, and it just seems to be the heat smash which has the least amount of counterplay to it. I've found 0 counterplay to this move so far. If anyone out there knows the counterplay, let me know, it would help a lot. However, this is the only heat smash where I do not see a clear counterplay to it, no matter how hard it would be. So to me, that alone, just being able to stop the entire game for free, just stop the whole game from full screen, so anytime you want, anywhere on the screen. The only way this would whiff is if I quite literally stand here. And in a Tekken match, you're never going to be this far from the opponent. All it takes is a dash. So if I stand here, sure, this is gonna whiff. But all it takes is to go from here to here. And all of a sudden, you're getting hit. That is not very hard to do. That is not very hard to do. So I think that this is the best heat smash in the game, and I have Devil Jin as my #1 character for heat smashes in Tekken 8. Okay, well that was it for my top 10 heat smashes in Tekken 8. Let me know what you guys think about my list. Is it similar to yours? Do you guys disagree with what I put up on my list? Let me know what your top 10 would be down in the comments. I'm curious. I actually want to know like which characters people think right now are dominating with heat smashes. I've got a lot more content coming soon regarding the heat system in general, so make sure you guys stay tuned to that. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you can get more videos from me in the future. Like the video to help me get out in the algorithm, and I appreciate you guys, man. Stay tuned for the next video. Yeah.